The hardest thing about telling the truth is watching people pretend they didn't hear you. Anonymous. This is The Burden of History with Dr. Rose. I'm Dr. Rose, a Caribbean-born U.S. educated woman, a health law scholar, a global health professional, a businesswoman, a truth teller. I've worked in boardrooms, led national teams, and educated communities. But no matter how hard I've worked, no matter how accomplished or qualified I've become, one thing has always followed me: the reality of being Black in America. That's why I created The Burden of History. This channel wasn't born out of curiosity. It was born out of clarity, out of moments that revealed how deeply woven racism still is in everyday life, in ways that are often unspoken but deeply felt. In college, a student once looked at me and said, "Shut the F up and go back to where you came from." It was bold, unprovoked, and unchecked. At work, a white employee introduced me to a group by saying, "Here's my new boss, the N-word." The room laughed. In West Texas, I stopped at a gas station to use the restroom. The man behind the counter looked me in the eye and said, "We don't have bathrooms for NLs." While dating a white man, someone asked me, "Does he make you feel less Black?" And someone I had considered a best friend for 7 years told me, "You're lucky I didn't poison you. I've hated your Black self since the day I met you." In 2023, I purchased a fragrance at Neiman Marcus. 2 days later, I returned to the store. Despite having my receipt and the Neiman's credit card I used, the sales associate looked me in the face and asked if I had emptied the bottle before bringing it back. She claimed the receipt was fake and questioned how I could afford the fragrance. I couldn't make this up if I tried. And once, a colleague invited me to her home for Thanksgiving dinner. Though I was hesitant, I accepted the invitation and stepped away from my own family that evening. When dinner was served, everyone was seated inside, except me. I was asked to eat alone on the patio. When I questioned why, she responded, "Oh my goodness, girl, it's nothing. My son doesn't like people of color." I responded calmly, "Then perhaps in the future, you shouldn't invite people into your home knowing that your son harbors racism." I left shortly after, not out of fear, but because I understood the message her actions communicated. The next day, she laughed about it at work as if it were some harmless joke. It makes you wonder, have we lost our sense of decency, or are some simply unwilling to see the impact of their behavior? These experiences don't define me, but they've informed me, and they've compelled me to speak. The Burden of History is my answer to silence. This channel exists to name what too often goes unnamed. From police brutality and medical racism to institutional erasure and cultural gaslighting. The truths that don't make it into textbooks but live in the bones of our lives. When I speak the names of people like Trayvon Martin, James Byrd Jr., and Wadea Al-Fayoume, I'm not just honoring them, I'm tracing the pattern that connects us all. This isn't about victimhood, it's about vision. It's about giving language to experiences too many have carried alone. These stories disturb me, but they also fuel me, because now I know I wasn't imagining it, and neither were you. The Burden of History is a call to remember, to understand, and to rise. Closing, I am, at my core, a people lover. I've experienced racism, exclusion, and betrayal. But I still believe that there are more kind, generous, thoughtful people in this world than hateful ones. Even in the United States, even after everything, I still believe in humanity. Ironically, it's those very experiences that have led me to love more deeply, to connect more sincerely, and to speak more clearly. This channel isn't built on bitterness, it's built on responsibility, to truth, to justice, to community. I'm Dr. Rose, and this is The Burden of History. Support us by sharing your story, subscribe, like, comment, and share the video.